All right, thanks for joining us for another Spin That Shit podcast. And we got a great guest today. In fact, I wouldn't have known about him if it wasn't for social media. So it's great to find new artists. That's one thing I love about this podcast. It's taken me in a couple different directions where I discover new music. And this is Charlie Marks is going to join us. We're going to talk about his music and kind of where he's been and where he's going, that sort of thing. He's got a new album out. It's on social media, Unbecoming. It's great. It's a great folk album. If you like that sort of stuff, he's also got a banjo, old time banjo style claw hammer on a different record. I really like that one. It's called Honey Babe. Check that one out as well. But before we do that, I just want to say thanks everyone for joining us and sharing, liking, subscribing, all that. We're on YouTube. We're trying to build those followers, and all social media and all streaming platforms if you want to listen to the podcast, but you can watch it here as well on YouTube. So appreciate it. Let's go talk to Charlie Marks.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Like I said, I live kind of out there, so I'm just on my way home from work, and I'm at the last spot with good service.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Thanks for joining us. We've been trying to get this to get together for a while now, it seems like.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on a ton. So I feel like we started chatting a while ago, so I'm glad we made it work.
Yeah. So you know how we kick these things off. We like to know where you're from and how you got started, your influences and all that.
Yeah, I was born near like Cleveland, Ohio, and I always grew up wanting to play music. Like, I don't know, I grew up listening to like the classic rock stations. I listened to like a lot of like Bruce Springsteen and like Aerosmith and stuff, and I don't know, that was kind of my like starting place, and I was always trying to figure out how to play guitar. I feel like I grew up in that like my family watched like American Idol every single night like that was on, and so like I got this like, I don't know when, like idea in my head that I was a singer, and the joke was people would always tell me I sounded like Bob Dylan because I think they were just trying to tell me to shut up. and now I'll go to bat any day and be like, that dude used his voice as an instrument. I won't take that kind of talk about his voice anymore. But I don't know. When I was in college, I was around a lot of music and like musicians in college. I lived with like a classical guitarist and an opera singer, and I honestly got kind of intimidated just being around like classical music and the kind of everything that goes into it. And maybe my like senior year of college, I was real depressed, and I saw that Coen Brothers movie, Inside Llewyn Davis, and like a depressed, kind of lonely 20-something-year-old to stumble across a movie featuring this folk singer who seemed to be embodying similar forms of mental anguish, I was like, okay, maybe I should try that. And I went home and I learned that song Hang Me, Oh Hang Me on guitar. It took me like 2 months just to figure out how to get my thumb to work right. And I don't know, I guess that's probably the starting place how I wound up playing folk music.
So when did you pick up the guitar?
I played a lot growing up, but like, you know, I feel like I probably just spent a lot of time in my room playing the pentatonic scale, being like, I'm gonna solo so hard, and then having no idea how that works, and still not totally sure. But yeah, I kind of like got more serious about it when I was like 22, so it was like 7 years ago, and kind of just learning how to do the alternating thumb picking. And I still always just wanted to sing. So guitar was an instrument I could play to sing along to. And I think some people who played music with me 5 or 6 years ago probably wouldn't remember me as being a super talented guitar player, but I just kind of wanted to play it. So
You mentioned "Hang Me, Oh Hang Me." So when I was listening through the album, you kind of have a hanging song, and then you have "Meet Me, Oh Meet Me," and I thought, was it inspired by that?
you
At
know
least the title.
yeah, it was. I think the like it has the same "Hang Me, Oh Hang Me." It has the same kind of meter pattern to it, and so I don't know if the song was influenced by each other, but I think the title kind of, yeah, it was right there right away in my head too, that connection.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been listening to your stuff ever since you sent me the link before the new album even came out. And I like how you went for banjo on your previous, and then all guitar on the next. Are you going to blend the two on the next one, or is that, I haven't even thought about it?
No, I will. I'm gonna do one more album, kind of like. So I guess you guys get this news first. I'm gonna do for my next album. I'm kind of gonna do a similar thing where I'll play some traditional tunes on banjo, and then some other stuff on guitar as well. Those first two albums were just me, like their live takes, everything. And so I think I'm going to do one more like that, and I'll do some of both. And I'm pretty excited. I'm waiting. I actually got a new banjo, so I'm waiting for it to come. And once I get it, I'm going to set my mic up and start recording.
Nice.
What banjo do you got coming?
So I got a banjo from us. Basically, there's a guy in North Carolina, Lindsay, of I think Mulherron Craft. I'll be posting about it soon. So I mean, I have a couple Deering banjos. I used to live right next to the factory actually, so I just go to the showroom, and they usually have like discounted banjos. So anyone in San Diego, and you need a banjo, go to the Deering showroom, and they got like their I don't know, promo models or whatever. They're usually discounted. But I was talking to Lindsay at Mulherron, and I'm stoked. It's going to be a cool instrument. So
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Tell me about the title, the album title, "Unbecoming." Are we moving away from something?
yeah, so I'll be honest, that title was the first thing that happened. And then the whole album kind of flowed from that. And I did not intend to have some like deep album title to like create a thematic album, but like I was kind of talking about, I kind of got into folk music when I was I was pretty depressed and wasn't really sure. I wasn't really liking the person I was told I ought to be. So like I didn't like the maybe the role models of masculinity. I wasn't into it. The ideas of going to work, having my like 35-year career at one company kind of thing, that was something that I had seen in my family, or just like something, I don't know. I just, all those things didn't feel good for me. And I feel like I kind of had to unprogram, kind of unbecome all those things that I was told to be. And my idea for the album was that it was that's kind of a painful process. It's also an optimistic one, because then you can kind of figure out who you want to be and become that person. So yeah.
I like it.
I like it too.
Hell yeah.
So where are you at now? Did
Looks
I
like
miss
he's
that
got a
part?
car wash.
Yeah, I'm currently in a grocery store parking lot outside of Reno. So we live a little bit north of Reno, Nevada. I was in San Diego for a while, and I just moved up here, kind of work stuff, but also Well, I think there's a lot of people who've recently moved from California to Nevada, so I guess we're part of some migration wave.
Yeah.
I want to know if your family transitioned from American Idol to The Voice, or if they're loyalist.
You know, if
Both.
when I do end up at home, I feel like any variety show, any of them could be on at any time. Though I did not know they still made American Idol. I didn't know. I did not know that.
It's never going to stop, I don't think.
All right. All right. Yeah.
You should just go on there.
All right. I'll bring the banjo. I'll introduce the wider audience to the high lonesome sound, and I'm sure it'll go great.
Yeah, I like watching your banjo on Instagram because I like watching hands and fingers and all that because I'm learning myself. And
hell yeah.
You do great, claw hammer. I need a lot of practice.
Thanks. Have you been trying to play claw hammer, or you've been playing a different style?
I can play claw hammer, but I'm kind of a slave to my little tab sheet. I can't memorize shit anymore.
Yeah, it's tough. I putting things to memory, especially now playing gigs again and playing like longer sets. It's just like I don't even know how I remember stuff anymore. It's just like do it enough and let it go on autopilot, but it's tough.
Yeah. Me and Garrett really love like album art and things like that. I love like the cover you have for Unbecoming.
Yeah.
Did you make that, or did you have somebody?
So my partner Jenna is I just lucked out, and my partner just happens to, she used to be a band photographer, and she runs like a vintage clothing business and just does like a lot of photography stuff. She's an unreal photographer. And that album cover, we took the photo, I got the photo printed out, and then she collaged over the top of the photo.
Okay. Yeah.
Photo of the collage. And that album cover, it's just so pretty, like, because it's not just like the elements are pretty, the whole like movement of the album, like watching her do it, I was like, you're something else. You're amazing. So I'll give her a shout out. She's got a vintage clothes business called Jinx Vintage. Anyone who needs like their cowgirl clothes and whatever else. Anyway, so but yeah.
Is it in Reno? Is it in Reno?
It's online, but she does stuff in person too around Reno, but it's on the interweb. So
nice.
Yeah.
So on your newest album, what's your favorite song and why? It's a heavy one. Be careful.
Yeah. I mean, like there's like different kinds of a favorite where like the first song I wrote for that album was Hang a Rope. And I was kind of nervous with that because I feel like it's a lot harder to put out a sad, slow song than like, at least I know when I get on stage, if I play something fast and upbeat and happy, usually, get people's toes tapping. But if you play something a little slower, it's like, oh, you better captivate people or else.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that would be nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah. And I wrote that song a long time ago, and it kind of has come with me. So I feel like out of all the songs on that album, that song's been living with me for a long time. And I've had it since before I felt like I was that great a singer, or before I ever knew how to play the harmonica. And so I kind of got to watch it evolve with me. And when I was ready to play it for the album, that's when I knew I was kind of ready to write all the other songs. So
nice.
Yeah, that one's my personal favorite from the new album.
I'm going with Battery. It's uniquely sad. I like that one a lot.
That one. Yeah. What is it with sad songs? Why do we all like sad songs so much? Is it because we all relate, or we like to feel sorry for ourselves, or what? I don't know. I'm
I
just a sucker for them. I really do. I'm always drawn into them.
like I feel like the sad moments are the things that make the good moments good in a lot of ways. And uh I don't know. When I'm having good stretches, I feel like a sad song sometimes is like a reminder. And when I'm feeling sad, well, it's good to commiserate in it. But it makes me really happy that you like that song, because I feel like that song was like I was listening to a lot of Charlie Parr.
Hmm.
So it was like I was just like cold drinking and finger picking, and but like with that feeling of like it's sad, but it's just also like good like driving music. And I remember because I was just sitting on the couch with my roommate, and I was probably a little bit stony for and I was just really happy that I rhymed AAA with battery, and then I had a whole song once I did that.
Yeah.
I was stoked with that rhyme and went with it.
Is that how you do it normally? Words first, or you start with music, or what?
Well, I usually start with music, and if you look at my Instagram, because I used to just post them on my story when I was feeling like it, but I post a lot of like little licks that I come up with, or I was like, you know what, I'm probably never going to play this lick again. I might as well put it on the internet. So but usually when I play those, some of them have words and some of them don't. I don't really know how to put it better than that, where like sometimes I'll just kind of play a lick and the first line is just makes sense, and then the whole song's kind of there. So I usually start with the music, and if a good first line is there, I usually can take it into a whole song.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about that on every show, I think, as far as how people come up with their style or how they like to write or what comes first, the music or lyrics, or it's always interesting. So we always do the countdown of these 5 questions. An artist that you would like to work with.
That's hard. So like one that's hard because as like a solo folk musician, I admit to having anxiety about getting to actually perform and play and collaborate with other people, because it's been such a solo project. Um, um, Man, I just feel like I know I threw out Charlie Parr's name. I just would love. There's some folks who like I just want to be in the same room and like get to like watch him play. Whether it's and Charlie Parr's up there as one of them, and like I spent a lot of time listening to like Willie Watson play and sing, where I'm just
Yeah.
like I don't know about collaborating, but I just definitely want to be in the same room. I'm really stoked because I've never done this before. I kind of came into my musical self during this pandemic, and so I've been gigging around town quite a bit the last couple months. But we're putting on a concert at the beginning of July, or not July. What am I talking about? At the beginning of December. I think I did Christmas in July in my head, and that's how I got. Anyway, so at the beginning of December, we're putting on some concerts, and it'll be me. Kayla Vonderheide. I don't know if you've heard some of her recent stuff, but oh man, like some
I don't know if I have or not.
I recommend going and checking her stuff out right now, because it's like I'm gonna go with like ghostly desert country vibe. It's such good stuff. Like her singing's unreal, and then I'll be playing in Jay Skaggs from Kentucky's coming out.
Yeah.
And
I've met Jay. He's cool.
Yeah, I'm so stoked about that show. Or we're trying to do a couple shows, but because it's the first time I feel like I'm gonna get to like share stage and put something together with some other artists where I'm just like, dang, you guys are awesome. Like, hell yeah.
He's super chill, laid back. I watched him play at Birds Creek over the summer.
Oh, hell yeah.
He was great as a solo artist. We were entertained for sure. He does a good job.
Yeah.
I think he'll be on at some point. We talked about it. He'll probably be on the show at some point.
Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, his lyrics, like his singing and his lyrics, I'm just like, that's it right there. So everyone should go check him out.
I think your collaboration should be a classical guitar led country opera. Kind of conquer those fears from the day.
Oh my God. I'll keep those as fears. We'll just keep them as fears, and we'll keep them far away.
All right, good deal. Question 2 is, if you had to pick one, knowing that you're going to upset one of us, not really. Beatles or Stones?
You guys have sides on this one? Is that why you guys asked?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do and we don't. We like both, but there's one that we would prefer over the other, put it that way.
If I could only have like CDs or vinyl, I would want the Beatles stuff. But if I had to go to a concert, I'd rather go see the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
How about
he
that?
appeased both of us. I like it.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm at, really, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like the Stones are just, I mean, I don't really understand. They still tour, right? Like that confuses me a little bit. Like I want to see them in like a bar, but I think there was a good Rolling Stones cover band that played a lot around Cleveland when I was growing up, and so maybe that's why.
That would be good. Yeah.
All right, he's back.
Oh my gosh.
We finished the show. It's over.
My bad, guys. We were just talking about how crappy internet is. I was telling you the same thing here. I don't live in the middle of nowhere, but still, I don't know what the deal is with my house. I think one of the cows out back is blocking the signal.
That happens sometimes. That happens at our place.
So where we leave off? We got Beetle Stones. Did you ask him, Garrett, after that?
Nope. I was going to wait on you.
Okay. The other one's instrument to play. So if you could wake up tomorrow, what instrument would you love to just have mastered?
Man, I feel like I'm gonna go with the drums, because it's either that or piano, but I think I'll go with just like an all-around good percussionist. Yeah, percussionist. Because man, like I can't figure out how to get my feet to work at all. Like being able to tap my foot in time I'm really proud of myself that I've gotten to that point. Because I feel like there's some stringed instruments I'd really like to play, but I feel confident if I practiced, I could get good. But drums, I don't know if I see that happening. So I wish I could just wake up and know how to do it.
It's too many things going on. Drums. Mm-hmm. And all in a certain order. So, man, what are you guys doing? It's crazy. Yeah. That was normally my second question, Justin. I forget the next one.
Oh, I think I stole it.
Go for it.
I've been mixing them around.
Oh, okay.
The other one is off the radar artist or song that you listen to that people that know you or don't know you that just wouldn't think you would listen to a particular song or artist.
Huh. Man, I really feel like lately I've been listening to like country and old time almost exclusively. I mean, I know I said at the beginning, I could probably sing along to every single Aerosmith song that was ever recorded. And I don't think I listened to them in a long time. Except when it comes on the radio, because Crying comes on the radio like every third song still to this day.
Yeah.
It's kind of baffling. but man, I don't know. For me, I feel like the mid 20, like the lot. I listen to like a lot of like, how would I classify it, as like sad girl pop, synth pop, like Girl Pool and Lucius. I really like Lucius. They're great.
Yeah, I've seen them. They are great.
Yeah, like they're singing, but then I don't. It's a good vibe. I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them. Man, it was before they blew up. It was a little tiny bar. It was cool because you could get, talk to them or whatever. But yeah, great show. Garrett, do you know the other one? The other question?
I think it is, if you had a free day or your ideal day, it's almost like we're on a date. What are you doing with your time? Is it
well, where are you taking me?
well, that's up to you. I want to learn. So, sun up to sundown, what are you spending your free day doing?
Man, I'll be honest. Maybe this is just because of how much I've been working the last, it feels like forever right now, but a really nice day to me sounds like I don't know, going like to hanging out at a lake and like just like maybe smoking and drinking a little bit and like taking a nap. That kind of sounds really good to me right now. But it's pretty cold out now, and our favorite lake spot that we found since we moved here was on fire for the entire summer. So
man,
that was a downer. Sorry, I just transitioned from ideal day to
yeah. No, we get it. That's what I spent this weekend doing. I went camping for a night. Didn't have too much planned. Threw the rod and reel in off the bank, caught a catfish, cooked on the open fire. Didn't have nothing, drank a few beers, and it was awesome.
I mean, that sounds great. I played a show in Chico, so I camped in the Best Western parking lot, and that was not as much fun.
I imagine.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. So
good deal. This other question I've snuck into the lineup. I asked it last time too. It's what are so far in your musical career, what are you most proud of? I know it's a heavy question, but I like asking it.
yeah, and because I did listen, but I feel like I listened to your interview with Dylan, and I know that this was like, I really appreciated the way that he approached the question, and but because I know it can be like a heavy thing to think through, and man, I feel like it's just been about like not feeling like insecure putting things out. Like there was some moment where I was just like this music, because playing music, I was always like, I want to do it, but you go to an open mic, you're scared, like you don't know if you're gonna get through the song, and then like you start getting more comfy, but then you're just like, I don't know. There's a moment where I was like, when the music I'm putting out there is me. It's I don't feel any weirdness about like, I don't know. I just like feel pretty secure in myself, and that transition and taking note of it felt good. So I don't know if proud's the precise word, but I definitely has felt nice to get to a point where I'm like, I kind of know who I am and can feel like comfortable in that. And that's just been big, because now if someone doesn't like my music, it's okay, because I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's what it is. I don't know. Like, so
yeah. I'm sure there's several people that don't like me or this podcast, so it's fine. Whatever.
yeah. I mean, we just got to make things that we want to make, and that will be for somebody. So
right.
I feel like the fact that folks are tuning in and you got artists who are popping up and wanting to join, like seems pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, man. We won't take up too much more of your time, but first, where can people find your music? And you got a website and that sort of thing, merch and
Yeah, so I got a website. It's charliemarksmusic.com. I just updated it, so it is looking good and has my like any gigs I got coming up are on there. And I feel like I'm most active on Instagram, so it's Charlie Marks Music, and there's like underscores, Charlie underscore Marks underscore music. And I post a bit of stuff there, and my music's out on like Spotify, Bandcamp. I think the only service that's not on is Amazon. I know that all the big corporations suck, but I was like, that seems like I just was like, I didn't want to be affiliated, so
that's cool. True to yourself.
yeah. I mean, ideally I just could and I got CDs for Honey Baby, so the banjo album. I'm gonna try and put together some CDs. I admit I dug in pretty deep, going and getting recording equipment and live performing equipment, and I thought that after I bought all my recording equipment that I was all set, and then I show up 2 days before my first gig this summer, and they were like, here's our equipment, and I was like, you have a microphone stand. I have to go get a whole sound system, don't I? So if there's anyone with a label that wants to mass produce my CDs and distribute them, I am taking offers.
What if it's Amazon? What if it's Amazon?
Well, I think I'm not too desperate. I'll wait for an opportunity that feels good, but
Nice.
but I'll take it as a compliment if they do, and then I'll say no.
All right, man. Well, thanks for being on. Maybe we'll have you on in the future down the road once put out another album or something.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know I'll let you guys know before I put it out. I think it's gonna be might be a low key release. So if anyone's listening, you got the scoop. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I've been enjoying listening to the podcast, and you've had some artists that I really like. So I was honored to be included in that bunch, but I've also just been enjoying getting to hear people. So thanks for putting this together.
Yeah, no problem. It's been fun for us too. We'll try and catch you on the road maybe someday. If you make it out to the Midwest, we'll come hang out.
Hell, it's at some point. All my family's out in Ohio, so I feel like I got to make it happen. So,
yep, only makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll catch you next time.
All right,
Thanks,
sounds
Charlie.
good. It was great chatting.
Yeah, we'll see you on Instagram.
Sounds good. Be good.
All right, bye.